Check this one out. 2000 Rm250. Look at this beauty. I can see 249cc. Pretty nice. Doesn't run though. So this thing hasn't ran in 2 years. Let's go get it in the garage and start working on it. Look what we have here. This is actually a pretty nice bike. It's a 2000 Rm250. I got this from a subscriber. He hit me up and he was like, "You want to buy a bike?" And I said, "Sure, what's up with it?" And he said, "It's been sitting for 2 years. He got it from his friend who, I think he moved maybe. So he had this thing sitting for 2 years. He said it ran before it sat and now it doesn't run. He said, if you want it, you can have it for 1,400 bucks. So I went over there and picked it up, and I picked up 2 other bikes from him as well. So those will be other projects. And they're actually street bikes, which are pretty cool. So something a little different for you guys to look forward to. But this one is pretty good condition. You can see there's really no blemishes on the outside of it. Plastics are all really nice. I think they're updated plastics, but really clean looking. Pipe isn't dented at all. Really nice pipe on there. It looks wet because it's been raining all day today. So I had this thing outside taking the thumbnail. But you can see the only thing that probably needs to be changed is the sprockets in the chain. You can see it's a little rusty there. It's kinked right there a little bit. So it's definitely been sitting like the guy said. Just a quick check. I want to make sure it goes through the gears here. Let's just do that first. I checked this when I was there and it seemed to go through the gears. So there's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So there's 5 gears on this thing. Seems to shift smoothly. Neutral's nice. So transmission should be good on this thing. The guy also said this thing was rebuilt at one time, and the compression is really, really high. Like, it's really high compression. We'll have to test it, but it's like super high. Super hard to kick over. So I'm guessing this thing's gonna be really, really fast. But yeah, looking over it, I mean, the tires are good. The silencer looks good. No leaking from it. I had this thing sitting in the garage for a while and nothing was leaking from the engine. So I'm guessing this thing really only needs a tune-up, carb clean, and I think this thing will be good to go. These bikes right now are going for about $2,500 bucks to $3,000, so I got a really good deal on this thing. It's got the stock bars on it. Looks like different grips, pro taper grips. Looks like this one's kind of ripped off of it right there, but it slides all good. I think what we're gonna do first is check the air filter, and then we'll go to the spark plug, check for spark, make sure we're getting spark, and then we'll work on the fuel system. All right, let's start with the air filter. Get the seat off of here. Looks okay. Not the greatest in the world. Doesn't look horrible though. No rips or anything in it. That's just the outside layer right there. It's not falling apart or anything, so we're just gonna leave that on there for now. There's no mice in there or anything, so that's good. On to the next part, we'll check for spark. Alright, want a quick check and see if any gas is coming out of the gas tank. That could be one of the problems. Maybe that's why it's not starting here. Well, that could be why. There's no gas in it. So maybe we'll throw some gas in it and try to start it up. That could definitely be a possibility. Let's just check and see if there's anything in the carburetor that will leak out. Let's see here. We've got the drain right here. See if anything's leaking out of here. Nothing leaking out of there either. So maybe the carburetor is dry. Interesting. Alright, let's get this gas tank off and check for spark. But maybe we'll get lucky. We won't even have to clean out the carburetor. Alright, now we can get to the spark plug. Right here. What are we running on there? NGK BR8EG. Okay, get that in there. Ooh, that's pretty black. Yikes. She was running pretty rich. See if anything comes out of the cylinder here. Smooth, it's really smooth. Let's see what the compression feels like. Oh yeah, that's really good compression. Alright. Let's see if we've got spark though. Okay. Oh yeah. Great spark. Alright. Well, that's good. I'm just going to put a little bit of lubrication down the cylinder just because it's been sitting for 2 years here. Just a little bit of oil. Just to coat the cylinder wall here. Because it hasn't had any gas going through it, which lubricates the cylinder. So let's just see if I'll lubricate it a little bit. There we go. Don't want to start it dry. Alright, that should be good. Alright, let's do a quick compression test. Let's see what we're at. I'm just kind of curious to see what this thing is at, because it has been rebuilt. I'm thinking it's going to be really high. Look up our gauge here. Alright, you guys watch that. We've got throttle open here. It's really hard to kick over. I think my gauge. Oh, it's getting hit. There we go. Can't even kick it over, it's so high. Ouch. Alright, we're already at 150, 160 for 250, so that's really good. My foot's already killing me. I'm wearing tennis shoes, so we're gonna stop there. I'm guessing we could probably get a little more out of it, but that's good for today. That's high enough to start it, and that's pretty high. So, all right, compression is good for sure. All right, let's check and see if there's any oil in it. So it says on the case right here, 850 milliliters. So that's how much oil is supposed to be in it. Let's see what that looks like here. A little dipstick here. Oh, there's oil in it. Looks like brand new oil. Well, look at that. Clear. Looks brand new. Doesn't get much better than that. We'll drain it a little bit later just to make sure, but that looks clear. That looks good so far. So that tells me the water pump seal was working, at least when it was running. Alright, is there any coolant in this thing? Oh yeah, tapped off. Cool. Still cooling in there. Alright, that's good. Let's get the carburetor off next and see what that looks like. So it looks like we don't even have to take off the subframe. So that's pretty nice. Try to get this carburetor off of here. We'll just check it out. It may not even need a cleaning, but better to check it out now. Looks really nice. We may have to just pop up that subframe a little bit. Let's just do that quick. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Alright, then there's a switch going to here as well. Get that up. So the switch connected up there goes down to the carburetor and connects to here. See if I can get the zip tie off. Alright, carburetor off. Let's dig into that and see why this thing wouldn't start. Alright, let's see what's going on inside the carburetor. You can see this is for the little injector right there. I'm guessing that's like a priming system. So it squirts gas out of a little tube, and that's what was hooked up to the cable. Oh, there was some gas in there. Looks like old oil, kind of. Let's see what it's not bad. I mean, it's not too bad. Just looks like old oil residue in there. Needle's not stuck at all either. Looks like the main jet and pilot jet are probably plugged up though. Let's find out. Probably packed with old oil at the minimum. Main jet's clear. Let's see what we're running for that. 158 for the main. You can see there. 158. Sounds about right. This carburetor smells really musty. Here. You can see it's kind of packed with that old oil. A little sticky. Floats don't have any gas in it, so no pinholes in the float. You can see the seat is pretty gunked up in here. That'll all come out with carb cleaner or gas if you even pour in there. Let's try to get that pilot jet out. Right, pilot looks like a 45 for the pilot. Was it clogged? Yeah, that's like packed full. You can see. So that is definitely clogged. It's a good thing we're taking this apart. See what the air screw's at here. About 1.5 for the air screw. Looks like there's some water in this. See those droplets right there? There's water was in it. Alright, we'll get the passages sprayed out with carburetor cleaner and then sprayed out with the air compressor. Throw this back on and see if she starts. Alright, carburetor is back on. Let's get some 40-to-1 mixed up and get her in the gas tank here. See if the petcock works. Got gas in it now. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, good gas flow. Awesome. Alright, that's all good to go. We'll get everything back on the bike and attempt to start it. Alright, here we go. We've got spark, we've got fresh fuel, 40-to-1 mixed up in there, fresh carb clean, and we've got really good compression. So without further ado, let's see if she starts up here. Alright, she runs pretty good. Really, really loud though. And look what I found. Big split in the pipe right there. Look at that. Right there. So that needs to be welded up. Which might be a little difficult. But we'll see if we can get that welded up. That's why it's so loud. Basically straight piped right now. But yeah, started right up, idles perfectly, so that is awesome. Let's drain that oil, see what that looks like. I might warm it up for a little bit longer, just so that oil is a little bit thinner, and then we'll try to repair that pipe. Alright, oil change time. The plug is right, you can see it, there. Let's get that big bolt out there. It's a 17 millimeter. And we'll see what this oil looks like. Hopefully it's not milky. We will see. Definitely needs some fresh oil in there though. Hard to tell if that's milky or not. I don't know if that's the color that the clutch plates make it, or if that's milky. We'll have to put some fresh stuff in and then start it up and see what happens. Let the drain out for a bit. I'm not seeing any metal chunks or anything, so that's good. Alright, here's what the oil looked like. You can see it's not like milky looking, more like gray looking. So I'm thinking that's just from the clutch plates, hopefully. But we'll get some fresh oil in here. Like I said before, takes 850 milliliters right there. Just using 10W40 for wet clutches, motorcycle oil. Dump that in there. 850 milliliters. So almost the whole bottle goes in. Alright, oil change is done. Alright, you can see the big crack in it right there. Alright, just gonna use a wire wheel brush to clean up the surface here. It. You can see the crack is pretty much together now. It's as good as I could get it without damaging the pipe. A little brake cleaner, spray that off so we can get a clean weld on there. So it's kind of nice that it split right there, so we can kind of blend in the weld with the ridge. painted up the pipe with high temp paint. Here's the repair right here. We ground it down a little bit. I didn't want to grind too much because I'd go through, but I mean it blends in. It's not too bad for that crappy welder right there. I mean, you can only do so much with that thing, so I'm pretty happy with it. And that's on the bottom of the pipes. You won't even be able to tell. I mean, look at from the side angle, can't even tell. Even from here, you really can't even tell. So let's reinstall that and see if it holds. Alright, that's much better. No smoke coming out of there. Looking good. Alright, that's fixed. Alright, let this thing run for about 10 minutes. The pipe is fixed on the bottom. Doesn't leak out of there, so the weld is holding up good. Let's check out the oil. Make sure it's not milky. And you can see perfectly clear. Not milky at all. So I think the water pump seal is good to go. We'll take it for a ride and check it too, but for right now, it looks good. It would be really, really white if that seal was gone or leaking. So, all right, that's all good to go. All right, took some time and cleaned it up here. This is looking pretty good. Got all the stickers off, all the residue from the stickers, I should say, with brake cleaner and a green pad, and then shined all the plastics up. And it's looking pretty good. Looking really clean now. So we are all ready to take this thing for the first ride. We're gonna go ride out to my parents and go test this thing out. All right, made it out here. We will see if this bike moves today. Everything else on it looks really good. So we'll see if that transmission's good still. But yeah, it starts right up. Got the pipe fixed, carb cleaned, new oil, fresh gas, so it's all ready to ride. Alright, running great so far. Got her into first gear. So, let's get the GoPro on and take it for a little bit longer ride. Here we go. First ride on the 2000 Rm250. This thing's looking pretty sweet, isn't it? Really clean for 1,400 bucks. Alright. Let's see what she can do. That chain's getting lubed up, so that's good. It's a little loose here. Should I tighten that? That's really loose, isn't it? I wonder if I sit on it. Oh, it gets tightened up as you sit on it. Should be fine. It's tight enough as I sit on it. Alright, here we go. Let's see if it starts first kick here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna go too crazy. The front tire has bad dry rot. Oh yeah, she's opening up now. I don't know if this thing has a brand new top end or what, so I'm going to take her kind of easy for the initial break-in. This bike is scary fast. The path looks a little wet. Go check down here. Woo! Yeah, she's fast. Running good so far. Going through all the gears. Making sure everything works here. Back down to first gear. This grass is really tall. It's like sopping through here. Yeah, it's a little wet. It just rained for the last 2 days straight, so. Yeah, she's good to go. smoking enough. Just making sure. Alright, just gonna make sure that the oil is still clear here. It might be a little bit gray from the clutch. But yeah, as you can see, very clear. A little bit gray, you can see, but otherwise clear. Not milky on my fingers at all. So that's good. I think the clutch is just a little bit gray. So you can see, not milky at all. Alright, so this bike is finished up, all good to go. I don't think there's really anything else to do with this besides get a new chain for it and probably new sprockets, and then or at the minimum just tighten that up because that's really loose right there. But yeah, very clean bike for 1,400 bucks, and really only took a carb clean to get this thing running, which is like the quickest fix I've ever had. So pretty easy bike, this video. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next one, and until next time, we are out.